Anyway.
Hello?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Civil Intercourse with Tony B.
What a dope. What a maroon.
And the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict is in. And hopefully it's not...
Not even begun to fight.
Hopefully it doesn't have to be a big fight. Hopefully there's no more riots. Hopefully everybody chills out. You know,
That's a good thing.
It would be a good thing. I agree. Let's get into it. You know, you look at how the media has covered this case and how it covers a lot of other cases, and it's very interesting the way that they have really kind of come after Kyle Rittenhouse and set him up and basically made him the example of Trump Nation when it's nothing to do with that. The kid was out there as a medic, whatever. They've somehow politicized this with a lot of lies and turned this into, basically Trump Nation versus the lefty nation. And it's just really weird because, again, it's like the Medicare thing. It's a very individual and personal thing. And they've taken a trial of a 17-year-old kid, well, he's 18 now, and turned it into a political thing, and just where we're just so hyper focused on this person. And so for a lot of people, this kid going down, innocent or guilty, is a victory for them of an ideology going down. What they don't understand is if he would have gotten convicted, it would have been because a jury was pressured, and these are smart people who were not pressured. And it's scary that, the elites don't want to have the power in juries, that they're mad that juries, who are these people doing, able to say, no, we should be able to interfere with them and influence them. And that's just crazy because you have a lot of people who've just been watching corporate news, and, nobody learns anything from the Steele dossier, from Brian Sicknick or the Covington kids or the Jesse Smollett story or the Wuhan lab or Hunter Biden's laptop story. All this stuff comes out that, that wasn't a conspiracy theory. The media's just been lying to us the whole time. The entire 4 years of Trump, the whole Russia thing, the whole Steele dossier, everything, all of it, lies. And there are people still today holding on to that. And those are the same people who were holding on for hope that this young man would have his life ruined for just simply defending himself. And I'm tired of this, if he's white, or if he would have been black, everybody's turning this into a race thing. Well, listen up. This kid, if he would have been black, I would be saying the same thing.
Hello?
If you look at the facts of that situation and why he's there, if that kid is out there and he's with Antifa, and a bunch of Trump supporters surround him and do what they were doing to him, and he defended himself, I would say that's self-defense. I don't care if he's down there trying to burn stuff down and he came down there with bad intentions. That doesn't matter to me how he got there. If the facts lined up in the situation where he shot the people, I don't care about anything before that. If they lined up fact for fact, if you're on this political side or that political side, but I'm an independent. So I would hope that other people would think that way as well. And if you don't, you've got problems, and you need to start thinking more critically, and you need to start caring about people as human beings and as individuals, because this is not about your doggone politics, and it needs to stop. Healthcare needs to stop being about your politics. And I don't mean to sound soapboxy, but if you're, I'm just saying, if you're one of these people where everything is this way or this way, and I'm not saying, hey, you're damn sure upset about what's going on with the left, because the left right now is kind of a different story. They're doing some real crazy, even people on the left are like, I don't know what my side's doing. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of conservatives doing that too, because both parties are a bunch of globalists pretending to fight. That's the problem. So you see all the fake stuff happening, and it's like they just reset and keep gaslighting everybody. Both sides go, you're gaslit. No. And the other side goes, no, you're gaslit. And you're both gaslit. Everybody's gaslit. We're all gaslit, tired, overwhelmed. And one of the ways that we got that way in this story, at least a lot of people who are shocked, because you may be shocked. You may be like, I don't understand how this happened. When I know the facts and you don't know the facts, because the first thing is because I'm still talking to people who think that he shot black people. There are people who think that he went down and shot black people. He did not kill two Black Lives Matter protesters. All three of the men he shot were white. Not super important, but kind of. The second lie, he crossed state lines. He lives 20 miles from Kenosha in Antioch with his moms and sisters, but his grandma, his dad, his aunt, uncle, cousins, and his best friend lives in Kenosha. He got a job in Kenosha. Worked a shift on August 25th and helped clean up graffiti at a school. He and his friends were invited to go out with some other cats and, protect the car lot. And they said, yeah, that because the previous night there, I guess it was like 100 cars had been torched or something like that. So the police had been, hey, that's what everybody knows what it was like back then. They're just going to let the whole entire town burn because everybody wanted to feel like, oh, some bad things have happened to these people, which again, all those riots, most of them were caused by media not telling the truth about those cases and bearing all the facts out. So they caused those riots as well. The media is corrupt. So these guys say Kyle took his gun, they're saying, that he came over and crossed state lines. So totally false. He took his gun to protect himself, and so same as Gage Grosskreutz, who had came at him with a Glock, and Kyle ended up shooting him in the arm. The guy, the only one that actually survived. So the other lie, Rittenhouse, he took a gun across state lines. Nope, did not take a gun across state lines. False. Then the news should have reported that day one. He kept his rifle in a safe at his best friend's stepfather's house in Kenosha. The gun was illegal for him to have. No. Under Wisconsin law, he's entitled to possess an AR-15 as a 17-year-old. It's a long rifle law. The judge dismissed the charges before they went to jury, so that should have been never gotten charged, and it should have been something that the news found out. If you do an investigative report, you go, oh, and, turns out that it was totally legal for a 17-year-old. It takes about 2 seconds. That took me, right after the charges came out, about a day to get around to looking 20 minutes into looking up the gun laws in the state. They're posted online. You can find them pretty easy, and you go, oh, okay, that's not a charge. Why does the media? Why does Rachel Maddow and why does MSNBC and CNN and even Fox is all these crazy stories that don't add up to the truth? So. Here's the next one. Rittenhouse mom drove him across state lines with the gun. That was always the thing. To go riot. No, she never went to Kenosha. She was at home after working a 16-hour shift at a nursing home. And Kyle had already gone and left and went to Kenosha when she woke up that day. So that is just, that was already verified by the media to be false, never reported by the media. That's a lawsuit. They clarified with them, and they should be suing the pants off of all of these corrupt media outlets who do not ever tell the truth. The biggest lie, I think, was he was an active shooter. That's our loaded term. He's an active shooter who took his gun to a riot looking for trouble. If you watch this trial, that's absolute crap. That he was never an active shooter like that, and doesn't fit into the definition under the federal guidelines from the FBI and all that, the Department of Justice. He's not fit the description of active shooter. It just never happened. They called him a self-appointed militia leader and saying he unloaded 60 rounds, and that's just a lie. And so Scarborough had the gall to tweet that he was embarrassed for the lawyer, and that's just weak because you have him going on his show, MSNBC, Joe Scarborough, saying he drove across straight lines with an AR-15 and started shooting people up. That's a quote. And for him to go on, that they just double down because they know they have a lying fact check page that people are going to go, look, I looked at this fact page and Joe Scarborough told the truth because of things said online that it said. Go look at original source. Stop letting people think for you. If you believe that crap, that's all I can say. Rittenhouse is a white supremacist. This is the next lie. And Joe Biden should have his pantsuit off him for the lies he told about this kid, calling him a racist. He's not a vigilante, and that's what they label him as. And they kept calling him a white supremacist. The Intercept 16 times. The FBI went through all his stuff and didn't find anything that would support that. That would have been charged. It would have been brought to light. It would have been brought up. So, no, that all he saw was Blue Lives Matter and pro-police, and he's a Trump supporter. He supports cops and loves America and believes in protecting his neighborhood. Well, he's a terrorist and he hates America. Not really hate America, but what these people want America to be after they destroy it is, and study a damn revolution, you'll find it never turns out the way you want it. They were all saying, that he flashed white power signs. So he went out with some guys that allegedly were Proud Boys and put the OK symbol up. The OK symbol is not a white power sign. It never has been. It never will be. If anybody who says that is stupid. So, and I'm just, if you're listening, you need to deal with your stupidity if you think that is a white power sign. It is not. It never has been. It never will be. It literally means okay. And if someone wants to be a smart ass and put up, maybe it's not wise for him to do that, because it is a poke at people who are dumb. It's like poking the dumb bear. Hey, dumb bear, look, I can trigger you because you are not logical enough to understand that the guys at 4chan keep playing hoaxes on you and you just keep falling for it. This has been since 2017, and it's ridiculous. And the OK symbol is not a freaking white power sign. Big lie. Big lie. He wore surgical gloves to cover his fingerprints. That was spread by Matthew Modine, another big mouth liar. He was wearing gloves because he was doing first aid, and there's plenty of video evidence that backs that up and shows what's going on. So, these are just media making things up and lying. I mean, that's not the biggest lie that you can make up, but, it's just crazy. And then the other lies were that, and I watched this entire trial, and this judge made me nervous sometimes because he was really balanced, and I was happy that he was, but he gave a lot of leeway to both sides when it was legally precedent to do so, and when it was proper. And a lot of people were like, just mad, because he didn't let these witnesses in, and because he let them sit behind him while he was watching an evidence film. Who lets a kid sit behind the judge? No, just be quiet, man. Like that has nothing to do with the case. But they said he's basically a Trumpy racist bias towards the defense, and basically, like I said, just because he wouldn't let him call the prosecution use the term victim when he was talking about the other people, because the jury has to make that decision to determine if they were victims or if they were just people who got shot because they were, trying to kill him, which is what ended up being the truth. So I guess he has a song that's loved by America, very popular. And so you say, if you love America, you love common people having the power, you're not going to like this judge, because he's very pro people, very pro law and order, from a fair sense, and the way that it was intended by the founders and the balance of power. So, they're not going to like him, because when you're pushing for that new age Marxism, it's been dressed up to be pretended like it's something new. You're not going to like good old American loving people. But I'm really happy that this kid got off, and I really hope that in the future that we will not allow the press to lull us into the sense that they're giving us information. They are selling stories and trying to sell advertising. They're trying to get eyeballs on, and they're trying to remain relevant, because they're a dying breed, because information is so easy to get. And I'm not talking about Google, because they are basically the media right now as well. They're feeding false information. Facebook is the biggest feeder of false information and the biggest protector of real information, where you cannot get to it, because they will hide it and snuff it out. Twitter is that way too. I'm trying to promote a show a little bit on there, but I don't know. We'll see when they start pulling the plug on me, because they're just not about truth. They're not about facts, and they're not about really letting people get all the information and then making a decision for themselves based on their own beliefs. And that's where we got to get back to. But kudos to Kyle Rittenhouse, man. Way to go. Kudos to those jurors, and I really hope that these people don't riot and don't cause a bunch of problems and mayhem. And if they do, I hope that they are arrested quickly, because we don't need any of this anymore. We really don't. We don't need it at all anymore. The rioting, it's just, oh, God. It's,
bullshit.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. And we just have to stop, man. We have to stop letting these people do this. There's just, I don't know, but maybe we can. But we should get out of here, you know?
Well, goodbye.
Yep.
Hello?
No. It's goodbye, man.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic. What a great time. Heaven. It was heaven.
Indeed it was. Indeed it was. A bit of heaven. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And if you're listening after the Thanksgiving holiday, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. If you come in here, it's already gone. But let's really be kind to each other out there. Just take care of each other. Let's help each other get back to our common spaces and have good conversations. Civil intercourse.